Hey guys, my name is Naxpecha and today I'm going to show you how you crack your first 100k streams on Spotify in this year. It's a step-by-step game plan. I'm going to show you everything you need to know today. Let's get right into it. So there are 5 vital steps for us to consider. This is just some of the knowledge we have to be aware of when talking about this. So 100k streams is the goal. Of course, this only works through an algorithm. So there are multiple things we have to consider here for these vital steps to actually work out. Because you don't want to be somebody who's posting on social media every single day. There's too much noise out there and it's not going to work 9 out of 10 times if you don't have a strategy. Let me show you how I managed this without posting at all, actually. So I did something that was called playlisting. So I created a playlist on Spotify for free, created 3 playlists, and then I started promoting them through Facebook ads. I did this until each playlist had 1,000 followers. Now, if you do this properly and you don't burn money, you should get around you can get up to 0.1 cent per follower. Typically, it's around 10 cents. Now, once you have 10 cents per follower, it will cost you exactly 1,000 divided by 10 is 100, right? So you only need 100 euro total to get here. Now, this is the ideal world. So of course, it doesn't always work like this. You're gonna spend probably a bit more money because the algorithm first has to know it. But if you follow this whole system, you get a playlist. Now, what can you do with a playlist? Well, first of all, you can add your tracks inside of this playlist. So you add your tracks into this playlist and now you get a bunch of followers. And now what you want to do is you want to create multiple playlists. So you have 3 playlists, right? So you have, let's say you do electronic music. Now what you can do, you can establish something not a lot of people are talking about, and that is called trading. Because now you have an asset that you can trade. So for each electronic playlist, you can trade with 3 more electronic playlists from different curators. Now you have the chance for each electronic playlist to add other people to your playlist and they will add your tracks to their playlist. This is a mutual benefit that goes into both directions. Once you have this going on, you can expand, right? Because these curators know more curators as well. And so basically what happens here, there's a huge network out there from playlist curators that basically trade with another, and the more followers you have and the more streams you can get them per track you add, that's the more value you create. So now it's less of a question how much initial money you spent here, because let's say you put in 400 bucks, right? Now another person invested 400 bucks in these, another person maybe more or less depending on who they are. But you get all of this exposure for free, right? Because you have value to provide. If you just keep using this, keep reaching out to these curators, you're gonna be super good in no time. So how do you find these people? Well, the easiest way is through SubmitHub community. Other way is through online forums, online playlisting forums. The third way is through WhatsApp groups. I highly encourage you guys to go to ADE. Last year I found a few curators, they added me to a few WhatsApp groups. Now we can just do trades like this easily, no problem at all. WhatsApp groups, another way to do this is just to do cold outreach via DMs. On Instagram, there are a bunch of playlist curators. You can just DM them, they're happy to trade most of the time. Yeah, it just keeps going. Just get creative. How can you contact people? And yeah, guys, this is it. For a very small investment, you can do this. So let's circle back to how do you get to 100k streams? Well, if you utilize this correctly, algorithm gets triggered and you get these 100 to 500 organic streams in absolutely no time. You completely can scrush the track, saves and repeats as well. Now this is something, the streaming at this point doesn't matter anymore because you get enough streams. Now the problem is if your track isn't catchy enough, so people will skip a lot of the times. Now this is something that can happen, and that comes down purely to the quality of your music. So if your music is not good and a good quality, you will not perform here. It's just the reality how it is. I already had tracks that didn't perform well. It's just the reality of the game. Yeah, so something how you can avoid this, minimize skip rates is to introduce stronger hooks, right? And to make people really save and repeat this. So something you can test is to structure your songs a lot shorter. Structure songs shorter, immediate hook, something like vocals at the beginning, drop right from the start, energy without intro, and you've heard this term radio edits, and that's basically what they are. Summarizing the entire track to the most important parts and reducing it. This is how you get 100k streams. You will most likely not get them with extended mixes or tracks above 5 minutes. There are scenarios where this is the case, but then the music has to be definitely really good. And not to crush your ego, but your likelihood is gonna just increase so much more if you do it like this. Now, if you don't want to do the DIY approach, right, you can kind of forget about all of this, or most of this, and you can just fully focus on this part, expanding this part, and then of course applying to labels. Get really good at producing, try to get this hook section down, and then just send it to labels. A label I recommend you can send it to is Chill Your Mind, just because they have a huge playlist with over 1 million followers. They're very streaming based label, meaning they have this game in the industry. So what you do here in the DIY terms, they have this 10 times bigger with other labels. So yeah, that's basically it. That's the whole game in a nutshell. It goes through playlist trades, it goes through how much money you spend on ads, and it goes on to if you are able to trigger the algorithm in a short amount of time, and if people actually genuinely like your music. If all of the stars collide, then of course you're gonna have a track easily reaching 100k streams. If only one of those factors is off, if the networking is off, you're not gonna get there. If you don't have a hook and a good track, you're not gonna get there. It needs to be a balance of both. And yeah, go check out the other video. I went in way more depth in the whole playlisting game in that video, but yeah, go check it out. And that's basically it, how you get 100k streams on your first release. If you like this one, please like and subscribe, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.